Hello friends, and welcome back to Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. Today we will be doing Chapter 10, Prisoner Release. And this chapter is quite interesting because it has a number of ways you can go about doing it, or just at the very least ways to handle the chapter. So I'm quite looking forward to today. I have a few plans in mind for how this can turn out. But we got a little story here first. Hey Ike, I heard you're leaving. Going to Begnion, eh? Hello Ranulf. I was hoping I'd see you. I wanted to thank you for everything you've done. I'm glad to have the chance before I leave. Well, aren't you the dutiful one? Hey, that reminds me. You were born here in Gallia, right? I knew there was something odd about you. You're awfully friendly for a Bjork, you know. Oh, you might not know, but a Bjork is what... I know what it means. It's what you call us humans, right? Oh, knew that, did you? Well then, let me tell you something else. When we use the word human, we mean it much the way you Bjork do when you call us subhuman. Really? It's an insult to be called human? I'm glad you told me. I would have never have guessed. I should warn you, if you run across any Lagoos who call you that, be careful. They are no friend of yours. Got it, thanks. I won't forget. But I've digressed long enough. Let me explain why I'm here. Huh? Princess Alincia, may I have a moment of your time? Yes, of course. The king asks that I give you this. Please accept it as a gift. What, may I ask? Within that leather pouch is 20,000 gold pieces. Bjork currency, of course. Oh, I truly appreciate this generous offer, but a gift of this magnitude is not something I can accept. King Kanagas has done so much more than necessary already. The king is ashamed that he cannot, at this time, provide any personal support. Please, will you accept his apology and acknowledge his desire to aid you? But... no? Well then, let's try this. Yes? You accept the king's gift. Then as payment for conducting you safely to Gallia, you hand it over to Ike. Come on, Ranulf, you can't expect her to accept this. It's an outrageous fee no matter how you look at it. 20,000 gold for the life of a princess? Perfectly reasonable. In fact, it almost borders on insulting. Consider how you have suffered, the lives you have lost. 10, no, 100 times this amount would not be unreasonable. I have reconsidered. I will accept the king's kindness. In turn, I will present it to my Lord Ike. You will accept it, will you not? I will. Thank you. No, my Lord Ike, it is I who must thank you. And there we go, our coffers are now filled with more money. Well, now that that's settled, let's move on. Unfortunately, we do not have any ships here in Gallia. If you are to find a ship that will take you to Begnion, you must return to occupied Crimea. If there's no other way, then we'll just have to risk it. No matter how cautiously you proceed, you're certain to run into Dayan forces. Keep that in mind. I understand. It's too bad we're so short on soldiers. Still, there's not much we can do about that now. However, I will review our supplies carefully before we depart. In regard to your personnel problem, the king has decided to lend you what aid he can. Leth! Mordecai! I will join you. Mordecai? And Leth? Both of you? Are you sure? None of the others can stand the idea of traveling with humans. I myself tremble with loathing at the thought of going to Begnion, but when the king gives an order, obedience is the only option. That may be, but having witnessed the combat prowess of the Gallians for myself, I know how fortunate we are. We will not fail you. I have no intention of becoming friends. Do not forget that, and stay out of my way. Ah, ever the sharp-tongued Leth. But if memory serves me right, there's an info conversation in this chapter that's gonna, flesh out her character a little bit more. You must forgive Leth. Her tongue cuts as deep as her claws do. I will return once I've reported to the king. While I'm gone, please finish your preparations for departure. Very well. Oh yes, and the morning report. Ike, here's a summary of our last battle. So it even tells you any money you earn from things up to this point. So it shows the 20,000 that we just earned and the 2,500 that I got from selling, I think it was the red gem or the blue gem. I can't remember which. So everything looks good. And Mia got MVP last time, but considering she handled all those pirates basically by herself, that's quite impressive. Alright, no casualties, no one suffered permanent injury. We fought excellently. That's all I have to report. Alright, now we are at the info section of the base. Oh, yes, I think this is the one. But I'll go in order here. I'll save this one for last. So, just talking to a soldier. You there, Bjork! What do you think you're doing? I was trying to get back to my room, but I've lost my way. Can you tell me which way I need to go? It's this way. Follow me. Oh, hey, not so close. Walk behind me. What? Pardon me. The king has ordered us to treat Bjork with kindness, but it will take some time. It is difficult to fight that instinct. Perhaps some memory of the slavery our forefathers suffered at Bjork hands flows in our blood. I understand. I'll keep my distance. Very well. Let's go. Alright. Yes, as you can see, Bjork-Lagoo's relations have not really been good and have only just started to try to mend in the last couple of years in this game. And again, this is a good story detail that I find is woven quite well into the narrative. Like, one of the two overarching narratives, I would at least say. Alright, and then we got Marcia here. And so we put this guy right here, and this dealy bobber goes here, and we're finished. Packing, huh? Want some help? And do I want some? You're a hoot, handsome. I'm already done. You're more skillful at this than I would have imagined. Or is it that mist is woefully inept? Aw, the Begnion Pegasus Knights were always moving around, so I learned to pack quickly. They used to train us on it all the time. Go here, pack this, fun stuff. Is that so? I can see that you have a strong sense of duty. Quitting the Begnion Pegasus Knights to join us must seem... What are you saying? I'm a burden now? No, I'm very grateful you're here. As I told you before, we're short on personnel. Oh, good then. I'm happy to be here. Say Ike, you don't need to worry about me quitting the Begnion service. My decision wasn't based solely on my desire to repay you. You had other reasons? Yes, I'm also searching for my missing brother. He may be a dolt and a scoundrel, but he's all the family I have left in this world. Remember when you found me? When we were fighting the pirates? Well, I was trying to track him down. But every time I go looking for him, I end up in some dangerous situation with ugly boat monkeys trying to kill me. So that's why you decided to join us, is it? I can understand that. So, are you sorry you asked? Not at all. The important thing is finding your brother as quickly as possible, right? That's the plan. Oh, if only we knew what her brother was actually like. Anyways, now we're on to this info conversation. So it's Ike and Leth. You seem depressed. Look at who I'm trapped with. Of course I'm depressed. Keep your worthless observations to yourself. All of you are so slow. I can't believe you're still not ready. Sorry about that. If we were like you and didn't need to carry anything, it'd be easier, but we have weapons and things to get ready. Weapons of steel are a human weakness. Without them, you can't fight properly. But, Leth, you're carrying a dagger, aren't you? And the scabbard on your leg? This is not for fighting. Then what is it for? I use it to remove small bones from meat. It can also cut... Sorry, it took me a moment to read that. It can also cut fruit into bite-sized pieces. It has proven quite useful. What? If you got something to say, spit it out. You despise Bjork, but you don't mind Bjork-crafted tools. If something's good, it's good. Denying something's obvious worth out of petty spite is foolish. It's not that I do not despise everything Bjork. If every Bjork could get along with us as well as you do, I'm certain. And this is where I'm going to take a moment to just stop the narrative right here for a second, because as far as, like, characterization goes, and I'm just going to flat out say it, I like Leth a lot. Like, not only is she, like, cute with a beautiful charm to it, and I myself do appreciate feline femininity, as it were, her character, as far as the narrative is concerned, is really, really well done for this game, because as you can clearly see, Leth does not like Bjork in general. Like, she has made that plainly obvious. But that's only overshadowing the fact that she, deep down, would like to see Bjork and Lagoo's get along. So it's the journey that ends up being taken for her to, like, come out of that shell a little bit and, you know, start accepting some Bjork a little bit more. Like, naturally, you're gonna see tons of Bjork in this game who are like, oh yeah, like, they're bad. But, like, you see people like Ike and the Grail mercenaries who are actively wanting to get along with the Lagoos, and to her, she thinks, you know, this is what I've been wanting to see, like, Bjork and Lagoo's able to get along. Like, she sees that, and that can help foster that thought in her head. And it's like, you can start seeing more Laguz and Bjork getting along. It's quite a good tale. Like, there's a character later on in the game too, that is the flip side of that, where it's a Bjork who has been taught to despise Laguz, getting a taste of what it's like to be with Laguz and learning to accept Laguz over her teachings. And it's quite awesomely done for the story. And even on like a personal level here, like to go into like the romantic shipping part of me, like I actually ship romantically Ike and Leth. If you ever look at these two supports together, like I like their supports together. For anyone who's never seen it, take a chance and look it up. Like, I almost think there's some subtle flirting that happens in her own language at some points during their supports. And like, I know that there are some people out there who romantically ship Ike with a different person, and I accept that. But as far as my headcanon is concerned, to me it's Ike and Leth. So I just wanted to get that out of the way, because I knew this info conversation was coming up, and I'm like, this is when I'm going to talk about this. Anyways, I've already read that. Leth? This is a ridiculous conversation. I'm leaving now. Alrighty. So we got through that. Anyone support? Just Ike and Titania? Oh, Mist and Rolf. Considering I'm going to be using Mist, and I think I'm going to try training Rolf a little bit, I'm going to have this support conversation. Rolf, oh, there you are. Mist, were you looking for me? Yes, I've been meaning to talk to you. We haven't had a chance to talk since the day we fought for the first time. Which is funny, because I swear these two are in the same camp. They know each other quite well and get along quite well. How have you not talked in, like, the last day or so? Although, to be fair, this is the last, it's been a day since then, but you can view these support conversations at any time, so this could have been 10 chapters down the road. I'm glad you're safe. Somehow we're both still alive. Yes, we've been so lucky. My heart was pounding and my hands were shaking so badly that I almost shot an arrow into Boyd's backside. Oof, what is it with these two and picking on Boyd? Good thing you didn't, or I would have given you a smacking. I was so scared. I heard yelling, screaming, and the most awful howls of agony. I felt dizzy and sick. I wasn't scared at all. Maybe I was a little nervous, but by the end I was almost hitting my targets. You weren't even a little scared? No way. I can't wait for the next battle. I'll fight better next time. You'll see. I'll feather a horde of slobbering enemies. See you later, Mist. I've got to go practice. Okay, that's warning language right there. Future supports will definitely talk about that, but that is warning language right there. Well, either way, all info conversations done, so now I can take a look at my inventory. So now Leth and Mordecai are officially part of my army, so I can adjust their inventories as need be, as well as Rolf, Marcia, and Mist. Alright, so I gotta do a little work here. I got some experience, right? Anyone need it? I could probably give it to... I want to try training Rolf and Marcia here. So I think I'm going to do just a little bit of work here. Where's that fighter band? The band that Oscar just can't seem to get any points of strength on. I'm going to give Rolf a few points. Just a couple levels. I want to see where he gets. If he gets lucky enough, I'll really consider training him. That's not quite what I wanted to see. Well, I'll give him a few more, see what happens. If he gets like 2 points of strength, maybe I'll be like, okay, we got something. No. Alright. Maybe the strength band is busted. I know it shouldn't be. There we go. Okay. That's good for a start. Now I'm going to swap that over to Marcia here. Swap off the Pegasus band. Go. Have a little fun here, see what I get. Now this is where I definitely hope I see some strength growths if possible. What's with all the magic growth? Seriously. I would very much like Marcia to have a couple extra points of strength so she can wield the heavy lances. Well, I know she'll get plenty of levels as I keep using her, so that's fine. My goodness, I swear the fighter band just does not work. Alright, we'll see what happens throughout the next chapter. Okay. But I am going to take... Yes, still have an iron bow, and I'm just going to take that, because I'm fairly certain he can get weapon ranks to use it. There's a free javelin. Everything should be fine otherwise, yep. Don't need that restore staff right now, at least I'm fairly certain. Just iron axes still. I don't think anyone needs an arm scroll per se. Do I have a spare heal staff? Yes, I do. And a mend staff. We'll work with this. Again, I did say I was trying to train Mist, so we'll get some levels in her too. Alright. So, I think that was everything. Oh yeah, I wanted to shop and see if I can't get some hand axes or javelins. Which would be neither in this chapter. Oof. Didn't see that coming. Now, can I forge one? I can forge an iron. I can only forge iron and slim. Okay. Would anything be worth it? Just for the fun of it. You know, I haven't forged something yet. Let's go a little extra strength. We'll do that. Weight's fine. Don't need to bump up that or any... Yeah, just a little extra strength. Now, the cool part is you can actually name the weapons just for the fun of it. Oops. Yeah, it tells you color you can change it after. What would I want to name this one? I am, like, really terrible for names. I mean, as soon as I saw the white color, I thought of it as snow. So you know what? We're just gonna go Snowbow. And oops, that's a little too white, actually. Any color, keep that. Nah, we'll just keep it the same white. All right, Rolf. There we go. Now that's a cool thing too. Is like that's now the strongest bow that he's got. Like even stronger than his training bow. So if I need something to pack a punch, that bow can do it. All right. Now, this chapter is very interesting. Once we get into the chapter, I'll actually have to figure out how I'm doing things. So this is going to be a lot of on-the-fly figuring out. And if it fails, I'm going to have to try like option B or C. But we got a little more story. After his father's death places the mantle of leadership on his young shoulders, Ike agrees to continue as Alincia's escort. To the Big Begnion. The company heads now for the Begnion Empire, the oldest and largest nation on the continent of Tellius. As Crimea is a former fiefdom of Begnion, the princess turns to them for succor? I actually do not know how to pronounce that word. You know what? Put a pronunciation on screen right now. Much as a sacred child returns to a parent. Many in Tellius believe that without Begnion's might and influence, Crimea's reconstruction will be nigh impossible. However, Begnion and Gallia have no diplomatic ties, and are further separated by an impassable mountain range. So the company is forced to return to Crimea, where they hope to locate a ship to carry them to Begnion. It actually tells us how we do that. And that is the entire trip we'll be taking for, I want to say, the next 4 chapters. Accompanied by Ronolf, the warrior who has volunteered to guide them, the company leaves Castle Gallia behind. With heavy hearts and wounded spirits, they begin the long march back to Crimea. Hey, Ike, hold up a moment. You know, I was thinking, since this castle is on the way, we should probably stop by. Really? Why? Is there something special about this place? Why, yes, there is. This is Conteus Castle. Daean seized it early on in the war. Now it serves as a camp for prisoners. I've even heard there are a number of Crimean retainers being held captive in this dungeon beneath the castle. What? Are you certain? Princess, I'm hurt. Of course my information is reliable. If we can rescue some Crimean soldiers, they might decide to join us. That would be quite a boon, would it not? Yes, it would. I think it's worth the risk. So as the chapter says, we'll be going in here to rescue some prisoners. We've got a few things about the chapter as well. Alright, that looks like 8 bodies, I think. Not including Ronulf? Okay. The question now is, how do you open these cells and free the prisoners? The cells are certain to be locked, so in order to open them, logic would dictate that the keys will be in the possession of the jailer. We have no choice but to steal them. If we're lucky, the guards will have keys as well. In either case, we must move with caution. We don't want to trade blows with the entire castle garrison. Or do we? Which means we stay close to the walls and avoid being seen or heard, right? Alright then, our first priority is to get our hands on the cell keys. Oh, you there! Mysterious face. I have business with Sir Grail. Where is he? You're sorely lacking in social etiquette, aren't you? State your business. I speak with Sir Grail and Sir Grail alone. Now take me to him. What you ask for is impossible. Commander Grail is dead. Well, that is a problem. Just who are you, anyway? Call me Volk. Sir Grail hired me. I'm in intelligence. My father hired you? You are Sir Grail's son, correct? You'll do. Sir Grail hired me to investigate something. You pay my price, and I'll give you my report. Deal? How much? 50,000. That's a bit steep, and worth every penny. I don't have that much. Give me some time. So, you're willing to pay? My father hired you. He must have had a good reason. Are you sure, Commander? We have no way of knowing if he's telling the truth. We'll know when we see the contents of that report. Until then, let's have him travel with us. So that's your plan, eh? Listen, you get the report when I get paid, and I'm not waiting around until then. I'll keep my information for the time being. Call me when you've got the gold. Stop into any tavern along your way. Tell the barkeep you've need of a fireman. You'll see me within an hour. Hold a moment. Intelligence. You said you were in intelligence, right? Is information the only thing you sell? Come out with it. What are you asking? Locks. Can you open locks? Sure. 50 gold per lock. You're gonna have him open the cell doors? Is that wise? We've only just met him. There's no telling if we can trust him. Now, this is a fun part that I wish they did do more in this game. I know it's kind of difficult with certain characters, but more sections where there's additional information you can glean from your allies. So even like this. What do you two think? Under the circumstances, I think trusting a man with whom we know nothing is dangerous. I am opposed to this. If we want to get those cells open, I think risk is going to be inevitable. If we don't have to steal keys, we can reduce the risk and improve our chances of rescuing the prisoners. It's worth a shot. So again, just little bits of information like that help flesh things out a little bit more. I do wish they did this more often. But either way, this guy seems incredibly trustworthy. I'm going to hire. Volk, will you help us break into these cells? As long as I get paid, I got no complaint. Titania, objections? I told you before, didn't I? You're the commander. You decide on the course of action, I will but follow. Righto, I'm off. Good luck and all that. What? Wait, you're not going to help us here? Much as I would like to, I have a job to do. I will rejoin you when I'm finished. Well, good luck to you then. Yes, and to you as well. Alright, so this chapter here, as you can tell right off the bat, there are only 6 enemy circles. A boss, a few soldiers, and a few archers. That's a very, very clear indication that there's a gimmick to the chapter. And I know what that gimmick is. So, these watchmen will cycle around the area here. If you end your turn in their range, not when they move on their turn, if you end your turn in their range, they will alert the guards. Reinforcements will come out of all 3 major points on the chapter. And then every soldier from these two, I believe, will seek your position and try to fight you. Now, if you see here, there are doors. So you can have thieves open these up, or you can use door keys. Or you can attack doors in this game to open them, which I think was a very, very nice addition. So you don't have to worry about door keys per se, as long as you've got the time to bash open a door with a weapon. But in addition, if you do that on any door on this chapter, that'll automatically alert the guards. If you open a door with a thief, then you don't have to worry at all. So that's why hiring Volk here as our first thief is a very, very good idea. And he is true to his word. He will take 50 gold from you for every single thing he opens, door or chest. So the intent with this chapter is, do you want to stealth or do you want to fight? If you stealth, you actually get a very sizable chunk of bonus experience at the end of it. And if you do things right, you can get some new hires into your employ. And as you can see here, we got a bunch of green units here. This character here is very, very interesting, and I'll talk more about that later. But as you can see, level 10 Bishop, this is a very, very strong unit. Then over here we have the Soldier Nephany. And then we have the Armor Knight Braum. And the Axe Knight Kieran. If we talk to them and get them to the escape point, they will... actually, in regular gameplay, if you talk to them to turn them into ally units, they will join you at the end of the chapter. And in the Maniac mode of the game, if you talk to them and then get them to escape, they will join your army then. So, it is a decision of stealth or fight. And I'm going to try to do a little gambit here. I just need to figure out my units first. Volk is a requirement, and I need Oscar. I'm going to bring... what kind of... yeah, I should be able to make something work with this. Bring Oscar. Now, I did say in the last chapter that the Beast Lagoos are kind of like pseudo pre-promoted units. Very good units, don't get me wrong. But I'm going to wait till next chapter to employ their aid, because I'm trying to use this as a bit of a training chapter of sorts. So I did say I was going to try to train Mist, Rolf, and Marcia. Titania if I want a little bit more punch. I'll bring Eliana along. Soren's doing fine. Mia is doing pretty good as far as stats are concerned. Let's go with Boyd. You've got your hand axe still, right? Yeah, still doing good. Oscar has a javelin, and Titania has a javelin, which is good. Marcia has 2 javelins, and you've got that. Okay. So I think everything is good. I'm going to reposition Volk here. Now again, it's as I said, if you end your turn in a soldier's eyesight, the guards will be alerted. So this is where keeping an eye on enemy ranges is very important. And I am going to be trying to do something crazy here, so I'm going to hope this works. Alright, let's begin. Alright, so that's all safe there. Volk will go up here. Have you ready to go here. Do this. Boyd, you'll come up here, because you're fine. Marcia, bring Mist along. And we'll do this. So thankfully the guards move away on the first turn, so that lets me do some actions. And now we get some conversations from all of our green unit friends here. Severin there, just not talking at the moment. Tell me something, will you? What's gonna happen to us? Those Dayan soldiers took my friends away, and they didn't never come back. What did they do to them? Oh, something bad happened, I just know it. Quiet, fool! Keep your cowardly mutterings to yourself. It matters not what vile torture they devise. A true knight of Crimea is bold, steadfast, and strong. I care not if they pull out my nails with tongs, or insert pins into the soft flesh of my underbelly, or yank... Stop it! I can't bear torture! I'm not a professional soldier. I'm just a part of the militia. I can't believe I left my family behind for this. Will I ever get to see them again? Oh, I want to go home. Curses, if I only had a weapon of some sort. Help will come. I will not give up. Alright, so I'm currently free to do as I will for this turn. Volk, 50 gold, all yours. Can I shove you? Yes, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to be parking it in here. For reasons you'll see in just a bit. Now, this is actually something I've thought of doing before, but I did see someone in a playthrough I watched of this recently do this little trick I'm about to do. And I'm really curious about wanting to try it. So this might be a bit of a slow chapter, but I'm going to have fun with this. Ooh, I can shove you too. Eliana, slip over here for a second. Same with you, Rolf. So we're going to have Ike come up here, and you can talk to the units that you'll see in this chapter. So Ike, Sephron, you there. We've come to rescue you. Ah, you're not a soldier, are you? Your clothing gives you away. I am a pilgrim. My name is Sephron. You're a monk? Why would they imprison you? I was arrested in a nearby village where I was tending to wounded Crimean knights. I received no trial, but have nevertheless been kept prisoner in this place ever since. I see. That explains it. We've come here to liberate the prisoners of war. You should take this opportunity to escape. You will set me free? That is most gracious of you. If you have no objection, I would ask your name. I am Ike of the Grail Mercenaries. Please, the cell door is open. You should leave while you can. Thank you. Perhaps we will meet again, Ike. Now, funnily enough, Sephron does not turn into a yellow unit like these other three will. Sephron is completely independent and will not do anything of note. But the funnier part is, Sephron is very interesting. As you can see, a lot of stats maxed. But then we also get this skill here, Mantle. If anyone's ever played Radiant Dawn, this is a skill you'll know all too well. But this one just simply says, you're not taking damage. Like, Sephron right now is effectively invincible. And it's funny they would put a unit like this in this chapter. I'm going to take advantage of this in the funniest way possible. Okay. So as you see, nothing happened with the soldier coming into here and seeing that a cell door was opened. But when I end my turn now... Look out, we're under attack! Commander Danimil, the castle defenses have been breached. What are your orders, sir? What fortunate timing. We were starting to run low on prisoners. Do try to capture them alive. I wouldn't have you robbing me of my fun. As you command, sir. So now all of the reinforcements will pool out. As you can see, that's a lot to appear. We've been spotted. There's nothing left to do but fight. So now, as I said, all of the units will come in and start attacking. However, Sephron just bounces everything off. So I'm just going to go ahead. We'll scroll all of this past here. So what I'm going to do is use the invincible shield of Sephirin to choke point everything so I can get some levels. Hopefully, a few in the right direction. If I'm right, I don't think anyone can attack from here. Yeah, it doesn't look like it, so I think I'm safe with what I want to do. We will start with this, and just equip just in case. So I mainly want to train Ileana, Rolf, Marcia, and get staff training on Mist. Actually, I should get a band on Mist. Is there anyone I've got that can do strength? Not that one. I'm using that one. Did I put the night band on some? I put the night band on Ike. How perfect. Mist, there you go. That'll work. Alright, Rolf. Let's do some training. Now, yes, this chapter is going to be incredibly slow. If you would like to skip any of this, I totally understand. In fact, you know what? For anyone who really just wants to get to the later parts of the chapter, I'll put a timestamp on the video here if you just want to skip right to when all of the action is done. But I am going to be trying my best to get some training in here, and we'll see what happens. Alright, let's keep going. Now, if I want to, I think I could do this. Move Ike out of the way. Again, it does not look like... Yes, they have to attack Sephirin. So, Mist, you are fine. Let's just keep it going. Yeah, when the knights take over, I will definitely have to use Ileana instead. There we go. Thanks, Sephirin. There we go, nice crit boost. This will help speed things along a little bit. Yeah. Now, I hope that Rolf does get a few points of strength. If he doesn't, it'll make it very hard to think of using him, and that's what I don't want to have happen. This is more of a, I'm just having fun with this type of deal. So here's hoping this is alright. This is fun to watch. Like, Sephirin is just invincible. Like, and I know what happens in the story. Like, I played Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn like crazy, so I know all of the elements that happen throughout the game. I don't get why they wanted to include something that was effectively an endgame tier skill as early as Chapter 10 in this game. It kind of boggles my mind a little bit. Alright, and down we go. Ooh, so close. Alright, and we got a door key off that, so that's fine. Now, Rolf should... Yeah, what's her speed stat? 7? Good. Nothing should double Rolf. Although, I would hope we get rid of these long-range units quickly. Increases the number of attacks that need to happen. Oh, we can double this one. Double crit. Alright, level up. Got strength. I'm okay with that. Alright, no HP though. Chink. Attacks with fire can't even burn a robe. Is it the robe that's blessed with the skill? Or does the skill on the person also affect the clothing? So many questions. Alright. Well, we got strength, so let's try this again. Chink. Now, if I'm thinking aloud here, I would definitely like to get rid of the archer before I let Marcia comfortably start handling long-range attacks. Okay, that works. Chink, burn, chink. Also, how is magic making a metal chink sound? Like, that's... I'm getting so many questions in this chapter, and it's not like I'm ever going to get an answer. Actually, if I think about it, I should make the iron bow be doing work here. Wolf's bow is good. Another door key. Sure, we'll just take the door keys off here. Oh, going for close range. Maybe it's because Sephirin can't counter that the mage is going safely. But at the very least, I can get a little damage on roll for some staff training. Okay. Oh yeah, should be using the one that's only got 5 uses left. You know, actually use up my weapons. And burn chink. Metal fireball! That's good. I think the long range units got in here first, so that's pretty good. Well, the archer might not be moving anytime soon, now that I think about it. Comfortable position there. Oops, right. Use the 5. Pretty close. 2 more uses at least. This is why I've always wished that staff wielders in this game got more experience with every staff use. Like, I know that it's really simple to abuse, which is why it's low experience gains, but I really wish it was faster. No one wants to train a staff wielder by having them use staves 100 times. Alright, another level, another chance. We got strength. That's good. That's very good. Okay, and no burn. Chink. Alright, the knights are moving in. Everyone has to be in an assigned position. Rolf, keep going. Maybe I'll get you to at least level 10. Like, if you're getting good enough strength up to at level 10, then that's fine. Try again. Crit? Nope. Even with double-digit crit, still feels like it never happened sometimes. All right. Chink. Oh no, you grazed my robe. Whatever will I do? And now we get the crit. Alright. We'll definitely, oh, there we go. The knight is in the way, so that is an Eliana job. go. We've only got 9 bodies left. Alright. Move aside. Alright. And thunder! And more thunder! Just technically lightning, but we've never really cared about that namesake. Right. Nice. I'm okay with that. Now, speaking personally, I would still love to see her get a point or two of strength just to start counterbalancing her tome's weapon weights, but in fairness, I could just equip her with a different weapon tome. Because fire is less weighty and wind tomes are even less weightier, so if I ever needed to, that's how I could fix it. Alright. At least the knights are more higher up in the enemy hierarchy, so that's a good thing. They get in there first. One thing most beginner players to Fire Emblem don't necessarily realize is the enemy movement order. Oh, crit hit, nice. Enemy movement order is often determined by the order at which the enemies are listed in the enemy roster. So if you think about it, from starting from the boss, just scroll down in the enemy inventories at every single enemy in the chapter, and you can actually tell who will move in what order. Alright, might as well keep things going here. They'll all have plenty of time to get in a little bit of enemy training. Now, of course, I still have the enemies at the top of the screen, which they'll be easy to just filter through, and the boss. And a few things on top of that, too. That is the fun of this chapter. Now, speaking personally, I'm someone who enjoys the fun of training units and giving them a lot of stats and, you know, turning them into offensive juggernauts or defensive powerhouses. Basically, I like level grinding in role-playing games. That's... Oh, I got a point of health. I should heal that up. So, like, the gaining of experience, getting stronger, level ups. Like, I enjoy that stuff. It's one of my favorite things to do in role-playing games whenever I'm just casually playing. So one of the tactics you can do in this game is if you've got bosses that can constantly heal HP, you can get a little bit of experience every time you engage in combat and deal damage. So a technique that is often used, which is called boss abuse, is abusing the fact that you can keep bosses alive with perpetual healing, and then get experience off of every little fight that you do, and getting levels on top of that. It's basically what I'm doing here, except I've got a finite number of soldiers I can attack. So I can move you away for now. We'll just keep going with Wolf's training here. So it helps build weapon ranks, you get your experience, you level up. Like, it's something I find enjoyable. Now, this might also sound like a crazy story, but this is something I did many years ago. And I might almost say this is the reason why it's been so long since I have played Fire Emblem Path of Radiance to begin with. So, in the easy mode of Path of Radiance, and this might be the case for a lot of other Fire Emblems with easy modes too. Ooh, I'll tell the story in a sec once I see the level up. Well, speed's fine. He does need a little bit of that too. Alright, so in the easy mode, you get a lot of extra experience. So, one of the, actually, I should add a point on top of that first. So, if you're playing Path of Radiance, and you complete the game, and then want to start a file of Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn, you can transfer over what they call transfer bonuses. And you can give extra weapon ranks and stats to characters in the Radiant Dawn file based on like max cap stats of characters in this game and all that. It was a fun thing. Well, actually, I'd still say it is a fun thing. Let me get my English right. So I got this crazy idea one day. Once I was like, okay, I know that I can do this. I decided I was going to go through Path of Radiance, and I was going to get a file where every character in the game was promoted to level 20, so maximum level, and like do as much as I can to give them as many stats as possible that were capped. Like, I basically wanted to create like the ultimate Path of Radiance transfer save file. And let me tell you, there were a number of bosses in the game that I'm sure despised me for just how many sword slashes, arrow bolts, magic spells I flung in their direction, because I got a file where every unit was capped at level 20, like as fully promoted as I could, and it took a long time to get that done. Like I took a look at every chapter I could to be like, okay, where can I mass buy weapons? Who's like the lowest leveled in my roster? Like I tried to do everything in my power to get all the experience possible. Hey, there we go. Oh, good level up. All right. You know what? I can accept that. Like that is very acceptable for Wolf. Everyone else is fine. Oh yeah, I never really talked about Volk. So again, in this game, knives, they're terrible. I really wish that thieves could wield swords. Now, Volk's stats here, as you can see, by themselves, not too bad. And he even comes with his own shade skill, because he is a skulker in the night. So he will not be attacked as often. It's a good skill for Volk. Now, moving along here. How many times does that archer actually hit Sephirin? I want to take a look here. Because he is losing weapon durability. That is 20 times you have hit Sephirin. Oh, I never even equipped the fighter band. Oh, so those were all luck. Good thing I got a few when I did. Oh, that's... Oh, I feel bad for that one. Marcia, take it. I'm not going to put you in way first off. Okay, but I am going to heal you up. Okay. That is a little funny. That was a little funny. Okay, not bad. And I did equip the Night Band, but I didn't get any of the stats that were also in aid of it. Alright. Well, we're almost done with this batch. We can finally escape our cell. But now it's time for Marcia to get a little practice here. Don't worry, Archer. I'll get to you in just a second. Oh, and also equip the fighter band, you silly. Alright, so defeating the Archer and Soldier should give Marcia a level. Knight moved. Okay, so the knight it will be. And that's Eliana's job. Thunder! I was hoping for a crit on that one. That would have been funny. Now here's another tactic that you can do if you really wanted to push the grind game. And this is one that I use quite a bit too. If you have your unit rescue someone, that halves their skill, but that also halves their speed stat. As you can see, Ileana here is fast enough to double this knight with a speed stat of 11 minus 2, so a combat speed of 9. If I was to have Ileana rescue someone, that would cut her speed stat down to, I think, 4, because it's after, because attack speed is different from regular speed, which would mean she would not be able to double the knight, which means she could get another round of combat. There's the crit. Alright. Can she shove? Yes. Now we'll have a little fun here. Or maybe not. Maybe I should find a way to get the archer more out in the open. There we go. Let's just keep up the fight for now. Not bad. This should give her a level's worth of just practice experience. Now here's another one too. Like the just the way that the computer can think in a lot of turn-based games, because sometimes movement patterns can be random, but oftentimes movement patterns can be determined in a movement hierarchy, as it will. So as you can see there, that archer moved to change position, but it didn't necessarily matter. How it typically works is if you think of the 4 arrow directions, so up, down, left, and right, and future me, correct me if I'm wrong on this one, but the game has to prioritize certain directions in order to determine things. So as you can see there, the archer went down first, and then I believe left would be next on the hierarchy, then right, and then up. But then it will also continue the same way every future time as it keeps making the little diamond. So if you can plan around that, you can be more effective. Chink. Alright, we're almost there. Now, one last little point that I'm thinking of here, because maybe I glossed over it a little bit. Why would you want to stealth your way through this chapter? Well, if you didn't have a very strong army to begin with, it's cool that they are given the option. But the incentive is that you get a lot of bonus experience for your trouble. And I do mean you actually do get a fair chunk for being able to stealth your way through this chapter effectively. But as you can see, I'm still getting experience this way, and I'm raising weapon ranks and all of that. So, is there any real benefit, if you did want to train your units? This is more of a maniac mode point of this game. Well, let's see if we get it. Yeah! Strength, skill, and speed! Go Marcia. That's what I wanted to see. Marcia! Ah, haha. Alright, we'll see what this archer does. Yep, just stays down there. So in Maniac mode, weapon experience is fine, but combat experience is drastically reduced to the point where if you think about how much experience I've gained in this level so far, that number will be drastically reduced. I may have only gained half of the levels if I had done what I did. And the enemies are really, really strong too. Maniac mode is no joke. So, it can often be a good tactic to not alert anyone. And it is still possible to get all of the things in this chapter without alerting the guards. It takes time. But the amount of experience that you would get is comparable to how much combat experience you would have gotten on lower difficulties. So there is a really, really good cost to benefit thought in getting the stealth option of this chapter. Alright, but we have now gotten through the original wave of enemies, and that only took me 48 turns, no big deal. So now we just have to get up here and deal with these units, which shouldn't be any problem. Everyone's been doing pretty good so far. Oops, yes. We'll just do this. Just keep getting more training for Mist. Now if I do this, I should be able to have this soldier come down here. Actually, you know what? I'll just do that. I'll wait to do something with the door. Because as I said before, you can just simply break doors down. Now Sephirin can just stay there. His cloak of invincibility. Alright, so you're gonna move. That's fine by me. Ooh, a Slim Lance crit. Alright, not so bad. And all three of them are just Steel Lancers. Okay, not bad. Rolf, yes. Can Rolf attack through the wall? He can! Go, Rolf! Now you have a steel. What can Volk do? He'll take a hit, but otherwise he could do something. I'll leave that there. Now, an interesting thing with thieves in this game, and I really do like this, thieves can also steal weapons in this game now. But the only thing, the only condition with weapons is his strength, or a thief's strength, must be greater than the weight of the weapon you're trying to steal. So, Volk's strength of 12, I cannot steal that steel lance. Haha! Wordplay. Just do this. So this might take a hot minute. This is where it's almost more beneficial to have thieves. But it's nothing that these two can't take care of right now. So we'll just keep going with as we can. So trying to give Volk a few points of combat here and there. Soften someone up, maybe. Not bad. This is always the interesting part, trying to train up thieves. Since they're not meant for combat, they're meant for support, but one of the only ways you can level them up is by having them go into combat. Alright, that takes care of you. Boyd. That'll do. Boyd's our boy. Alright, and Boyd gets a level. What do we got? That's a fighter for ya. Things pack a punch. Alright, and more practice. Oh no, heal staff broke. Whatever will I do? Oops, keep forgetting that that is a different setup altogether. Doors open! Alright, so the reason I brought Oscar along is that Oscar is needed to talk to Kieran, whereas I can talk to Braum and Nephany up here. And I'll go more into them in the next chapter, because that's when I can actually, like, train them. If I do so wish. I don't actually know what I'm going to do yet. Alright, so we will start piling into here. Do this. There are archers there, so I'm going to be a little bit more cautious with Marcia. Alright, so we'll get down here. We'll finally talk to some people. You're a Crimean soldier, right? Come on, I'm here to rescue you. Seriously? I'm not dreaming again, am I? I'm a mercenary in the employ of Princess Alencia. I'll give you all the details later. For now, we have to move. What? The princess? Oh, happy day. Wait, let me stretch a bit. Oh, sorry, I'm stiff from this hard floor. Ow, 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 ow. Cramp! Cramp! Oh, for the love of... Come on, this way. All right. Hold on a second. I don't remember the king having any children. There's no time to explain. Hurry up. Coming. All right. So I'm just going to have you go there for now. So now that we've talked to Braum is now a yellow unit, and we can have Braum escape with us. But Oscar, what is your relation to Kieran? You're from Crimea, right? Come on, we're here to rescue you. We've opened your cell. Now it's time to escape. Ah, it's you! Pardon? I could never forget that squint. Knight of Crimea, 12th Regiment. Your name is Oscar. And you're... Wait a moment. You're Kieran, right? That is correct. I am Kieran. The same Kieran who has sworn himself to be your eternal rival. Right. Kieran. So, how have you been? You look good. Oscar's nonchalantness. That's why I like this guy so much. As always, your manner is listless and inappropriate. It befits one who would call me foe. You were discharged 3 years ago. What were you doing here now? Ah, could it be? You dastard! You've turned your coat and gone over to Dayan, haven't you? Oh, what despicable, contemptible behavior! Unforgivable! Have you no shame? You were my one true rival. Where has your pride gone? The mercenary company I'm attached to serves under the command of the Princess of Crimea. We came here to free any Crimean prisoners. The Princess of Crimea? You're not part of the Royal Guard. How do you know about the Princess? Well, like I said, the Princess is our employer, and... Ah, so that's your scheme, is it? You hope to distinguish yourself by meritorious service and gain the glory that is rightfully mine. Admit it. Look, my duty is... Blast you, curse your name, curse the name of Oscar and all who call him kin. I will never let you surpass me. Princess, I'm coming. Kieran will be forever at your side. Whoa, he's even more excitable than I remember. Hard to believe he's actually a decent knight. I remember laughing so hard when I read that. It's just like, yeah, he's crazy, strong-headed, you know, like everything you wouldn't expect from a knight. And then he's like, hard to believe he actually is a decent knight. Alright, there we go. Finally able to move. Meanwhile, good thing I equipped the hand axe. Ow. Ah, dodge. Okay, at least the knights aren't moving. I'm fine with that. Alright, let's do a little flyby attack, because hit and run is a very good combat trick. My goodness, Slim Lance, you are working wonders. Alright, anyone really need it? Well, that would put you at risk, but I don't think Danimil moves. You've got a steel blade. Let's do this. As you can see, there's a lot of treasure in Danimil's area over here. Like, having a thief you definitely want for things coming up. Alright, but clearly you have not been moving. So, we'll just do this. Hopefully I just didn't get in over my head here, but they've not been moving. I should be fine. Alright, Ike. Up here. Oscar. Let's use your horse. And then we will open that. And let's just help out here. Dorky. So they'll just move along here. No weapons, so they can't fight, which is understandable. Ouch. Archer moves. And Archer goes bye-bye. Ooh, so close. Oh, Danimil does move. Okay. Look who's come to play. I am so very happy to see you. Now then, are you ready to become my prisoners and live a life of eternal bliss within my lovely dungeon? No. Okay, I can at least chink your armor, and I'm fine with that. Alright, and a level up for Titania. Another good one? I'll accept. Strength and speed. That's the big ones I want to see. Okay, everything's looking good. Now you have... Oh, you have Steel Lance and Steel Blade. Now, good luck, Volk, trying to steal anything from this general. Now, despite that limitation, right off the bat, Volk can steal most iron weapons and staves from enemy staff wielders, which can surprise you in how effective that is. So, Volk is a very useful unit. Alright, Mist, I need your healing prowess once again. And staff rank up. Awesome. We're up to C now. Alright, let's try this again. Dodge, that's good. Alright, that takes care of you. Ooh, maybe get one more round on someone. Considering Danimil does not have a ranged weapon, I could make use of that. Yeah, let's stick with the Javelin for now. Probably gonna have to use someone with a little punch on the Halberdier here. That might be a job for Boyd. Once we get around to that. Alright. Another round of combat. Alright, and one final conversation. You're a Crimean soldier, right? I've opened your cell. Let's get out of here. Who are you? I'm Ike. I'm with the mercenary company hired by Princess Crimea. I can fill you in on the details later. For the time being, you'll just have to trust me. Very well. So a girl of few words. Alright. Boyd, you're full health. How would you do here? Well, you'd work. See what happens anyway. I'm curious. Yeah, I'm not going to put Rolf there. That's a short spear problem waiting to happen. Oscar nearby. Danimil can't attack. This can heal, so we'll work with this. Nice dodge. Ooh, one more round should do it. Alright. So we'll get them moving closer in just a bit. Nice dodge. And good hit. Alright, so this should be the end of the night. Night, night! Okay, I know that one was an obvious joke, but I had to do it at least once. Oh, there's the point of strength I was looking for, and speed as well. That's good. That's like doubly effective. Alright. Titania, you are putting in work against the boss. That's exactly what I want to see. In fact, 4. Oof. That would be a... Okay, this would work. Since Danimil is very tanky. There we go. Keep Titania there just in case. Don't want to be stupid. And there we go. You'll not escape. I will see you all dead. You will be executed. No. Ooh, so close. And we got a Master Seal. So just like earlier Fire Emblem games, so you can use this to quickly promote someone into their promoted class. But another thing with this game, I've not really talked about it. Units in this game don't cap at level 20 as an unpromoted. They will continue leveling up after level 20. And when they hit that level 21, as it were, they will automatically promote into their promoted classes. So, you don't need promotion items in this game, which, you don't know how cool I find that. I almost wish other Fire Emblem games in the future did that more often. but you can still use a Master Seal to get a unit automatically promoted. Okay, this won't kill me. And I've got Marcia there as backup. Nice dodge. And we'll let Oscar have this one, because you did not see a lot of combat. Alright. And still no strength. I'll get you strength yet, Oscar. Yeah, now that I think about it, Ike only saw a couple of sword swings on doors. Didn't really do much this, this chapter. Okay. So now, put Ike here. So we're going to take this target, and we're going to put the target onto one of the escape squares. In case I didn't mention, this is another escaping chapter, just like chapter 4 or something. So we can work with that. And we have some chest keys, so we're going to use them. We get a free javelin! I'm okay with this. Put you up here. Can we shove? You can't shove. Can you shove? Not really. And I guess it don't really matter. Titania, we'll give you a heal up because Mist needs more practice. Now, one good trick with the limited number of Master Seals you have in this game, using them on Mist and Riss, because trying to get a staff wielder promoted at level 20, like I said, is very, very annoying, and that really helps expedite the process. We got the Counter Scroll, so we can use that to teach the counter skill to anyone at base. And I likely won't, or at the very least it'll be like an oft-thought scroll, because I rarely use counter. And we got a short axe, so that is a better hand axe. Turning my back on the enemy is against my knightly vows, but the princess's safety comes first. So I think I mentioned this as well. In Maniac mode, this has to be done to get Nephany, Braum, and Kieran to join your army. Simply talking to them in any earlier difficulty is enough to get them recruited. And Steel Lance, not bad. So all chests are done, everyone's freed. Sephirin just does Sephirin things. You can't get Sephirin to escape no matter what. Now we'll get these two out. Thank you. Here I go. Ah, at last, I can leave this place behind. Thank goodness. And that is that. So now we'll have everyone else escape, and we're out of here. Nothing from Volk. Made it. Wasn't sure I would, but I'm going on ahead. And of course we get a little bonus experience for doing all the escaping. Wow, that was nerve-wracking. Well, I'm off. Right then, guess I'm going ahead now. Be careful. Anyone else? Actually, now that I think about it. Ooh, good. More experience! Every opportunity I can get. Do you have the fighter band? You have the knight band. Still looking for strength either way. Alright, already seen those. Tanya's good. So we'll do the last heal up on Ike, and then, since I'm already like 60 turns into this, and I can't believe I was actually 60 turns. What's one more turn on the counter? But a level up. Here we go. Well, magic is fine for a healer. Alright, and now we're out. And that's the last escape chapter we're seeing for the entire game, and I honestly wish there was at least one or two more, but that's just my thoughts. Now we're back to the story here. I brought one of the Crimean soldiers who was being held prisoner. I'm sure you are unaware of this, but I am... Princess Alencia! Oh, yes, quite right. I'm Kieran. I served under General Joffrey as leader of Crimea's 5th platoon. My platoon had the honor of escorting you from the palace during Dayan's attack. Really? You were there when... I was. Lord Renning ordered my platoon to accompany General Joffrey and serve as your escort. Our mission was to see you safely out of Crimea to Gallia's king. But we failed you, and when you were lost to us, I believed my worthless life was at an end. Yet here you are! To think that I would be so blessed to see you again! Such emotion! The tears! Kieran, were there any others? Such terrific emotion. So... I beg your pardon? Did anyone other than yourself survive? Of course, though I was the only one unfortunate enough to suffer the misery of captivity. General Joffrey and several of his soldiers fought off the Daean attack. They were able to slip away. Even now, they wait in Crimea, hoping for one last chance to strike a blow against Daean. Joffrey, he is alive? Oh, how those words drive off the shadows across my heart. Thank you, Kieran. Thank you for surviving. You are too kind, Your Highness. The opportunity to serve you again is the greatest reward I could ask for. For as long as I draw a breath, I will stand ready at your side. This I swear. Well, that's the ever-excitable knight Kieran. Alright, we all know where Kieran stands. How about you two? Will you recognize Princess Alincia as the rightful heir to the Crimean throne? Will you fight for her? Look here. My name's Braum, and this lass is Nephany. We're just simple country militiamen from the same territory. Now, we don't know much about nobles and stuff. Kings and queens don't matter much when you're working the fields. Of course, we know we'll be in trouble if someone takes our fields away from us, so that's why we joined the militia. The King of Daean's no friend of ours, and I hear he's doing terrible things too. Vile tortures with rusty nails and more. What's gonna happen to my family? I left them all back home, and I'm so worried I can hardly see straight. If you can defeat the King of Daean, will this country return to the way it used to be? Is that what you're after? It is my hope. I may not be as powerful as my father, but I will never abandon Crimea. You sound like a lady who stands by her word. Looks like my choice is easy. Mine too. I'll fight in your name. I'll help you in yours, and we'll send those Daean milksops packing. Thank you. I beg your pardon. I just happened to escape on my own. Don't worry, my cloak is fine. You're... Oh, blessed saint. Master Sephirin, you live. Braum, Nephany, are either of you wounded? We're fine, but what about you? You were jailed for helping us. I'm so sorry. Oh, I hope they didn't hurt you. Don't worry. I'm completely invincible, if you haven't noticed. It is nothing to fret about. Everyone is safe, and that is what matters. Oh, blessed one. Pardon me, may I have a moment? Yes? Oh, you're the man I met earlier. I owe so much for freeing me. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. You don't have to thank us. However, I am curious about your situation. Why were you aiding Crimean soldiers? Do you question my story? You're a monk on pilgrimage as well as an ally of Crimean resistance fighters? Under the circumstances, do you blame me? Tell me something, Ike. If you came across a wounded person, could you ignore his plight? Normally, no, I could not. But in times like these, where it means risking my own life, I don't know. It's tough to say. You're quite honest. However, if actually faced with such a choice, a man such as yourself would not hesitate. If faced with an individual in pain, you would act instinctively. Your body would not wait for the command. Who are you, really? You're so calm, so full of peace. I can't believe you're a simple monk. If you'll forgive me, I must be going. Fare thee well, young warrior. I am certain that we will meet again. And because we had all the names this chapter, Ike. Oh, hello, Volk. What do you want? I was thinking about traveling with you for a bit. I'll be in the general area, so if you need anything, you can call me. I'll help you out. For a fee, of course. What did you say? Why would you do such a thing? In times such as these, there must be many parties that need intelligence. Well, you've sparked my curiosity. And besides... No, we'll just have to leave it at that. That's not acceptable. Don't be so inflexible. It's not as if I'll be joining your merry band or anything. This is strictly business. And yet you... Titania? I believe this is a good opportunity. We will almost certainly have need of this man's talents. He is a dubious character at best, but at least we know his motives. Everything begins and ends with gold. He'll be easy to control. Ever black and white. Soren, he's standing right there. I don't think he minds. What will it be, Ike? The decision's yours. So, again, having him in your army for this chapter is just for this chapter. This is where you can actually determine if he stays afterwards. But I definitely want him. Very well, you may do as you like. Excellent. Call me if you need anything. And here's Ranulf. First the thief and then that monk? What an odd band of characters you've attracted. Ranulf, have you finished your errands? All done. But about those two... Yes, they're both rather mysterious. Well, the monk seems like a decent enough fellow. Determining who is friend and who is a foe is something I must be able to do, but it's just so hard. That's only because you don't have enough information to base your judgment on. All we can do now is press on. You're right. And pressing on, we will do in the next episode, because I have been going at this chapter for probably far longer than I should have. I did want to do that whole training grind for Rolf, Marcia, and Eliana because I did want to get some more levels on them, just see where they turned out. As far as I'm concerned, everything seems fine with what I saw for their stat gains, although I still can't believe I didn't equip the fighter band for the first couple levels on Rolf. That could have made a little difference, but you know what? That's in the past. We're only going to be moving towards the future now, and that future will be on the next episode. So thank you very much for watching today. I hope you did enjoy this despite its length, and I look forward to seeing you on the next episode. So until then, take care, stay safe, and have a good day.